It's the NFL on EA Sports. And the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Birds and the 49ers, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen. Greg, one of the joys of covering the league week in, week out, you watch guys grow and mature, and all of a sudden you turn around and look at the quarterbacks we have in this game. Now we're looking at guys who have arrived at that magic term, franchise quarterback.
Yeah, I think you just have to give a lot of credit, of course, to the player themselves, the work, the ability to invest in themselves to develop, but also in these organizations. They continue to surround these quarterbacks as they've gotten older with better talent, better systems, play to their strengths, maybe protect some of their weaknesses. That's what it takes to play at a high level at the quarterback for a long time in the NFL, and give credit to both these players and both these organizations. I think it's official. They have their quarterback of the future, and the future looks bright.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Well, 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. Led out by the last pick in the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Here's Purdy. Pass caught by Pearsall. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback, but the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
Third and short. Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's second and 5. So Kittle comes in motion. On second down, Purdy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Over the middle to Ayuk, complete. He got a lot of what he needed, but just not enough. The mark is a couple of yards shy of the first down, and here comes fourth down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. So the Philadelphia offense set to take over for the first time. And leading them out, their quarterback. It's Jalen Hurts.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, they're going to come out swinging right from their opening whistle.
Man in motion is Brown. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. Not much there. Stopped short of the 20. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him, so we'll step aside. Second down and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. Uh-oh. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Once again, it's Barkley. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Couple of first downs already on this drive, and they'll go first down from the 43. Hurts going to keep it on the option. Tough to bring down, and somehow he manages to get 4 yards out of that.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short game.
Man in motion is Brown. Now Jalen Hurts on second down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Dallas Goedert, that time. And third down coming up.
That's clinic tape here by the receiver. He identifies quickly it's man coverage, and you've got a go route. You've got to stack that defender. Get on top of him and make him play through your body to contest the throw. This ball's thrown with better accuracy. Not only is it a big completion, but he's got a chance to take this thing the distance.
And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
The defense not biting. They stay at home, stop the quarterback. No gain on the play.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him. And in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
They run out of the gun with Barkley. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
Man in motion is Smith. On first down, it's Hurts. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From out of the gun, they give it to Barkley. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught. Saquon Barkley. On 4th down, it's Jake Elliott time for the Eagles. This will be from 56 yards away. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And this will remain a scoreless ball game.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Purdy. Back to the sideline and intercepted. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
And this is going to go down as a pick, but it really was the pressure defensively that caused the interception. I mean, he was a little sloppy with his fundamentals, but I think it's as a result of the guy in his face led to that ball kind of sailing, inaccurate throw, and that's just really good team defense.
The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do on their 2nd possession. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. He's going to keep it himself. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. There's the tight end, Grant Calcaterra.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Even though it doesn't result in a sack, when you dial up the right pressure at the right time, Mike, sometimes that's all it takes to lead to that incompletion. The timing is just a little off between the quarterback and his intended target, and the ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, here's Hurts. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and None of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it also gives some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Eagles will take a 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. Here comes a return from the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the first quarter. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. And we're back in the Bay Area after this. They face 2nd down and 7. To throw is Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Gets this one into the hands of Jawan Jennings. 18 yards on the connection. 1st down, 49ers.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On the give, it's McCaffrey. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. That is Cooper DeJean in there for the stop. Second and 7. So Kittle comes in motion. Purdy now on 2nd down. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Oftentimes, it's the wide open ones that are the hardest to catch. It seems like the ball is in the air forever. You start overthinking it. You start really making more of it than what you should, and you let it slip away.
On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And that is incomplete.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase 1st downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
Saquon Barkley and this Eagle offense set to take over again. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Hurts now. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
This offense came into this drive hoping to extend their narrow lead, Mike, but instead, after first down, they find themselves in second and forever following that big sack right out of the gate.
On play action, Hurts. A pass caught by Saquon. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. Hurts working in the pistol. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
And he'll get to the 40 on a short gain. They'll come up on a second down and 8. They'll run the counter with Barkley. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
On third down, it's Hurts. He's going to let this one go deep. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance there, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch taken here, and it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Throwing is Purdy. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerendo. Ah, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Third down. Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. He's inside the 30. catch up to him. He will score. 85 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers move out to a 7-3 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Avery Williams on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. Here comes the Philly offense now as they make their way back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw, Hurts. He finds Jahan Dotson. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Philadelphia. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back with you from Santa Clara in a moment. A 1st down throw for Hurts. And he'll go right back to Goddard. He's got it again. And they'll take this down inside the 35. An injured player on that one, and it's Nick Bosa. Game stopped as they come to look at the outstanding defender. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff going to get a chance to look him over during the break. First and 10. Again, Hurts. A short throw taken in by Goddard. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Got his man at the 6, and he will score. Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown. Jake
Elliott now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Eagles are on top. It's now 10-7. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Brandon Ayuk heading back onto the field with his 49er teammates. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. So Kittle comes in motion. 1st and 10 for Purdy. That's taken in by Jennings. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
This is such a critical moment in the game, that middle 4 minutes, the final 2 minutes of the first half, and then the possession to come out of the halftime break. So maximizing this possession here before halftime is critical. See if you can get a drive starter. See if you can get an easy completion to kickstart a 2-minute mode, and that's what they got here. Now they got to see if they can go down and steal some points. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
On 2nd down, Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. Timeout 49ers. That is their 2nd. As the clock stops, 50 seconds to play until halftime. Third and 6. They'll throw again with Purdy. He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field, and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here's 3rd and 2. They need 2. Here's Purdy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now Purdy. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush, and it will lead to a turnover on downs.
So here as the quarterback, you can't take that sack. You have to understand it's fourth down. While you don't want to throw a pick, you've got to get this ball out of your hand and give one of your playmakers a chance to make a play for you and extend this drive on fourth down.
1st and 10 now from the 36. He'll start on the ground with Barkley. And that'll be a pickup of 3. And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. Now Jalen Hurts on 2nd down. He's going to air this one out, looking for Dotson. That is brought in. And he's going to be out of bounds. 0-0 up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Three points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. On the return, it's Williams. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Man in motion is Smith. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line, a pickup of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll run. It's Barkley. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
3rd down, 3 to go. Hurts going to hold on to this one.
Great work there defensively, Mike. You could tell they were onto that one from the start. They're able to hold him to a short gain on the keeper and force the 4th down.
Here comes the Eagles punt team as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The 49ers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. A short one there, caught by Kittle.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Purdy going to give this one to McCaffrey. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on 2nd down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
They'll go back to McCaffrey on 1st down. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Here's Purdy. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
The 49ers out to punt this one. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Eagles offense ready to see what they can do. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. Here's 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's a short one, caught by Goddard. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Mike, did you see how hyped the sideline got after that run after catch? I mean, I thought the bench was going to run out onto the field to celebrate. He refused to go down on first contact and second contact, for that matter.
Here's a handoff to Barkley. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Hurts will work here from the pistol. Open man, right side. He's got it. And he's going to have enough for a first down. He's out of bounds after a gain of 5.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
To throw on second down is Hurts. That's to the right side, caught by Goddard. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. He'll try and get there on the ground.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The 49ers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This throw left side caught by Kittle.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Purdy works out of the pistol. He's got the tight end, Luke Farrell. And he's going to be run out after a gain of about 6, but that'll be good enough for a first down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. Finding his tight end, Farrell. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So if you're going to have time to allow your big tight end to start on one side of the field and run a crossing route all the way to the other, your big guys up front better hold up in protection. That's exactly what they were able to do here. Gave the quarterback the confidence of staying with him the entire way through, delivering that ball on the far side of the field, and leads to a nice pickup.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Throwing on 1st down is Purdy. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
On 2nd down, it's McCaffrey. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up 1st and goal.
A tight end in motion now. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he'll just get up inside those big bodies up front. And he's in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go. And that fourth quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
On is Moody to add the extra point. It's up and good. And the 49ers are on top. It's 14-10. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Eagles offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start out first down and 10. Here's Hurts. He'll take this himself. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
You could see the quarterback, once he got the snap, he was looking for any seam, any daylight. But nothing materialized, and he's fortunate he got back to the line of scrimmage.
They'll try again here. Second and 10. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. And in motion is Brown. On third down, here's Hurts. That's complete. Tight end Goddard. 14 on the pickup. Good for an Eagles first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
And these are body blows on any defense. This quarterback has the ability to make guys miss and do a lot of damage in the run game. And that's a nice pickup there.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. A run up the middle with Barkley. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here first and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
A pistol snap back to Hurts. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Well, you could tell that the defense had seen that play on game tape, and they were ready for it. They tried to do a little jet sweep, pop pass out of the gun. Defense was all over it. Nowhere to go, no gain.
Man in motion is Brown. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And they finally get him down, but not before he brings it to the 4-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
What a moment in this game. A touchdown would give them the late lead. It is 1st down and goal. Dotson, the man in motion. Here's Hurts. Oh, he feels the pressure, and he'll go down back at the 6.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
2nd and goal. Now it's from the 6-yard line. Man in motion is Brown. 2nd down throw for Hurts. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. To throw is Hurts. And they're going to get him once again. He's under siege. That is 3 in a row. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. What a huge play. 4th and goal. They'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much. And that should wrap this one up.
Yeah, I don't think this coach has much of a choice. I think he had to go for it. A field goal doesn't help you a whole lot. They're trying to take the lead here late in the game. But what a stand by this defense coming through, keeping them out of the end zone.
The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. And now at 152, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Again, it's McCaffrey. Here's a timeout for Philadelphia. That is their second. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Needing a yard, they throw with Purdy. He's got his tight end, Kittle. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. The defense still with all 3 timeouts at their disposal as the quarterback's down to a knee. It is 3rd and 10. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So a win here for the 49ers. And it was their defense that led the way as they pitched a shutout in the 2nd half. No points allowed, and they cruised to victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The 49ers get the win here at home as we say, so long from Santa Clara.